Namaskar, Prag Bixekh IPL special part by one expatter aru et exciting episode le apnalok swagatam janaisu moi Nabonita aji jikhon matcher bikhoye ami kotha patim heikhon hoise RCB versus Sunrisers Hyderabad RCB kloi Virat Kohli kloi jehetu bohukhini akha hokolore thake kintu eta kotha thik je ejon byakti die eta dol nosole the team has to perform aru ei bikhoye aji ami kotha patim amar hoite ji hokol bisheshogya ase teolok hoise Sunil Yash Kalra sir teo founder Indian sports fanner, welcome to the discussion, sir. You are looking very good. Amar hoite ase Sadanand Vishwanath, sir, former India wicket keeper, and I like the shirt of Sada, sir, also.
Thank you.
Okay, sir. Moving on right to the match today. The match between Sunrisers Hyderabad and Royal Challengers Bangalore is going to take place at Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium at Hyderabad. So, is this match going to be, since SRH is playing at Hyderabad itself, so what do you think about this game? Sunrisers will have upper hand.
Pat Cummins has got a record and he wants to make the Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium as the fortress for the Sunrisers Hyderabad team. And so far they're able to do that. And both Pat Cummins and Daniel Vettori have given the license to attack Travis Head, Bixekh Sharma, the right and left-handed combination, who have been on fire on this particular IPL tournament. You know, they have set the tone, they have set the tempo. The most number of sixes, the most number of fours have all happened in this IPL. It just goes to show the batters are taking the game to the next level. The bats too are awesome nowadays. You just touch the ball and it flies out of the ground. Even if you miss-time it, the ball goes away for a six. All these balls are hitting the gym. They're working out at the gym. I'm not saying that it just requires muscle to hit the ball. It also requires timing. It also requires the class and the elegance. It also requires proper technique. I do agree. But Travis Head and Bixekh Sharma and all the other batters of SRH have been given that license to kill, and they have gone in for huge scores. You know, they've hit more than 270 on 3 occasions. They beat their own record twice. And yeah, I expect SRH will continue that same way, and all the batters will come out with flying colors. RCB are going to have a tough time because of the weak bowling.
Exactly, that's what, if we talk about Faf and Virat Kohli, they have had an impact as openers. But when we talk about the bowling pattern of RCB, we have seen that the RCB's bowling team has almost let them down at most of the matches.
Yeah, well, I think RCB boys are bowling and each bowler has conceded more than 10 runs per over, which is very sad.
Okay, so if we talk about expensive buys in this IPL season, we have seen that, many have floundered at the auction table. Pat Cummins still surviving. How?
That's because of, right from 17 seasons, the purple cap has been won by a spinner only on 3 occasions. That means on 3 occasions, it's the medium pacers and the fast bowlers who have won the purple cap. And even if you look at nowadays, if you look at the spinners and the fast bowlers, the amount of spin that has been used in this particular season has been less compared to last year. There has been more of a spin. Spinners have taken more wickets last year. All the captains and the team management are depending on the fast bowlers this year. And that's why Pat Cummins is in heavy demand. That's why they paid him a lot of money. He has a strategy. All the teams nowadays, they do agree that sometimes the spinners can control a game. But more often than not, if the grounds are small and if there is no purchase from the wicket, if the ball doesn't spin, then sometimes the spinners might look so bad that they've just crashed in an uninvited party. And the spinners just get hammered. And that's the reason why. That's the reason why the impact players as bowlers, the management, the coaches and the captain are using the medium pacers and the fast bowlers as impact players when they're defending a score. And that's why Pat Cummins is an expensive purchase, because he's got all this strategy, he's got all this data in him, and he's a magnificent leader.
I'd like to add on to what Sadanand has said, Nabalita, if you allow me.
Yes, Sunil, sir.
It's very important that he raised this point, but also you must realize Pat Cummins is the only Australian who's been performing consistently. When you look at his bowling records in the power play and when you look at his field placements, they look as if he's never gone home. On the other hand, when you look at Glenn Maxwell, Stoinis, I mean, these guys have not been performing. David Warner for a long time hasn't been performing. So if you've got out of 6 Aussies, only one of them is performing, I think then it's a cause for celebration. I mean, even their coaches are not performing. Not to leave the players aside, even the coaches are having a tough time. So I think he's a nice bright spot in the overall gloom world of Aussie cricket.
Okay, so see what we have seen, like, you know, the Sunrisers Hyderabad this time they have almost emerged as a formidable force this season, as we see the lineup this time with the likes of Pat Cummins, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, and more. Of course, Aldrin Markram is also there. But of course, what do you see in Royal Challengers Bangalore? We have the star hitter Virat Kohli, we have Dinesh Karthik, we have Faf du Plessis. What is putting RCB behind apart from the bowling, loggerheads they have?
All yours.
Well, if you got a fantastic panel of people who are at the bottom of the food chain, and we know how it is to experience the pain and disbelief and the kind of work that is going in. You look at RCB, for example, you have one of the greatest batter of our generation. Forget the country. I'm talking about generation, Virat Kohli. He's leading the pack with at least 40 to 50 runs ahead. He's been the orange cap holder throughout consistently over a far too long. Only followed by Rian Prag in this. But look at the plight. You look at the other plight, which is you have Delhi, which has been languished at that. On the other hand, I've been watching SRH as well. They've been amazing. The Klassens of the world, the Makrams of the world, they've been showing consistent performance. And that's what you require in a team. You don't require big name. You require a team which goes out, performs, gets out, doesn't do too much of celebration, just does their job like it is meant to be.
Okay. So Sadanand sir, I'll put the next question to you. What are your thoughts on the form of Travis Head? Yes, of course, he is into a good form now.
Yeah, Travis Head has gone berserk. Got ballistic. He's seeing the ball very well. Great left and right combination by SRH. You see how bowlers have impact. If you have a great partner to strike with, like Bixekh Sharma is giving such a great stand to Travis Head, the workload Travis Head becomes much, much easier. And these two boys have formed that awesome twosome, and they are taking the game to the next level. Travis Head believes in that 6 overs. The first 6 overs is his mantra. He just goes berserk. He throws caution to the wind. He hits anything which is in his hitting arc. He runs the 1s and 2s also well if need be, because he's hitting 6s and 4s most of the time. And he and Abhishek complement each other very well.
His head has been attacking, Sadanand sir, he has been attacking the bowlers in the power play in this season, as we have seen. And in fact, the last match that they played with RCB, it was his destructive 100, which we believe was the driving force behind SRH's win against RCB.
Yeah, he's always been a thorn in the flesh, not just for the RCB team, even for the Indian team. In the World Test Championship final, Travis Head got his 100. Last year, when Australia won the World Cup T50, Pat Cummins the captain, Travis Head got 100. So he's been an architect. He's been a real victory star for Australia. And I think he's now showing all that experience and making the SRH team into a wonderful unit. So I would just say, hats off to Travis Head. He's in great form, and I hope he carries this form even into the T20 World Cup. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to build on his momentum.
The next question, I'll put it off to Sunil sir. What do you think has made Sunrisers successful this season? See, we have seen this season RR playing well, Sunrisers playing well in the last many seasons. We haven't seen such a good form of both these teams. Now, what do you think SRH has been successful? What is their mantra that works so good for this team?
Well, I've followed their career in the last 3 editions very closely. And one thing that they do is they travel light. Now, what I mean by traveling light, they don't have the biggest player in the world in their team. They don't have expensive buys. They don't have big names. But what do they have is promising players who are very good in the recent season. So what they do is people who are actually on the conveyor belt of traveling from one place to another. They are the ones that get picked, put into the system, and then they go out and perform. The plug-and-play time is far less, which means that they come down, play for their team, they score, and they get out. That's the beauty of it, that they've gone light. They don't have big names, and that's the beauty of it.
Great. So, as we almost come to the end of this discussion, this time I'll put the question first to Sadanand sir. On whose stand would you like to stay, SRH or RCB?
Well, we always go with stats. Statistics give us an edge. They help us to predict and make predictions on future events. So with the stats and the data that we all have, I have to say that SRH can win the match pretty easily.
Okay.
On a lighter note, if I were to say, I mean, in today's world, even the players don't support their team, who are playing for RCB. So forget us fans and statisticians. Statistics will always be against the RCBs. But again, we are hoping for the worst to get over. Unfortunately, we still don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, and that's what is causing problem, grief, and discomfort. However, SRH is on a roll. They've got consistently head-to-head. If you look at it, they've been winning all their matches. And I think it's SRH. Heart, mind, eyes, body, lungs, liver, everything supports them.
Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us. Yes, Sada sir, you were saying something.
I really thought Sunil Yash is going to support RCB this time. Maybe next time.
Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining in this discussion, and it was great fun talking to you. Of course, heart, lung, liver was really good, Sunil sir. SRH, of course, they're showing a good form, but we would love to see RCB winning also if they make it this time. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us in this discussion. And of course, a thrilling match is awaiting us at the Rajiv Gandhi International Cricket Stadium at Hyderabad, and fans awaiting from both sides on the stands, SRH or RCB. Though Hyderabad will get upper hand, it seems to be, but RCB also stands well, and we wish good luck to both the team. Thank you so much.